The silence in your home feels almost suffocating. You glance at their empty bed, and a wave of emptiness rushes over you. You reach for their favorite toy, the one they loved so much, and it's like touching a piece of your heart. And every night, as you lie awake, one question echoes in your mind, haunting you. Where are you now? Are you cold? Are you lonely, my sweet friend? And do you know just how deeply I miss you? If you're crying right now, it's okay. Wipe away your tears, because I'm about to take you on a journey.
And do you know how much I miss you?
A journey to a place where you'll see exactly where your beloved companion is, and you'll understand that they're not lost, not suffering, and never,
Good boy, Max.
never alone.
Look at us go.
Buddy was never just a dog, he was family.
Come
He
on,
came
Max.
into your life when you needed him the
Good
most,
boy.
when the house felt quieter,
Oh,
and
I'm
the days
so
seemed
happy
longer.
to see you.
His coat was soft, and his eyes had that deep, knowing look like he understood every unspoken word. Buddy wasn't just a pet. He was a companion, a friend, and often, your very best listener. Do you remember the first time he jumped into your arms? The wag of his tail when he'd see you walk through the door after a long day, or how he'd curl up at your feet during the winter nights, the warmth of his body offering comfort you didn't know you needed.
Ready to go
There were
home
the
and have
walks through
some
the neighborhood, those early
dinner.
mornings when you put on
You've
your
been
boots
such a
and Buddy
good
would run ahead,
dog.
sniffing at the morning dew and barking happily at the world. You'd laugh, knowing he'd always want to chase that one squirrel, even though you knew he'd never catch it. But it didn't matter. The joy was in the chase, in sharing that simple moment of freedom and happiness together. Buddy was there through all the milestones, the quiet nights, the heartaches, and the little victories. He was your constant companion. Through your good days and bad, he never judged.
Who's a good boy? You
He
are,
just loved.
Max.
And now, when you
Yes,
look back,
you are.
realize how much Buddy shaped those years.
I love you so much, Max. Did you
Those
know
long
that?
conversations with him by your
You're my
side,
best
the way he
friend.
could sense when you were feeling down.
There's my
and would nuzzle
handsome
your
boy.
hand with his gentle,
I
wet
love you,
nose,
sweet
bringing you
Max.
comfort in the way only
You're
a
the
dog
best
can.
dog.
He was there for the little things, too. The times you laughed, the mornings with coffee in hand, and the times you simply sat in silence, knowing you weren't truly alone. Buddy made life feel a little lighter, a little brighter. But now, he's not there. The house is quieter without him, and those walks feel empty without his excited barks and playful leaps. Yet, you feel his presence still, in the little corners of your life, in the spots where he would lay, in the places where his paw prints once were. Buddy's journey with you has been more than just a companionship. It was a shared life. The bond you built together, every day, is still with you. And even though he may no longer be walking beside you in the physical world, the love you shared will never fade. Buddy was there during the darkest times, to the moments when life seemed too heavy to bear. There were the long, sleepless nights when you would sit in the quiet, staring out the window, lost in your thoughts, wondering if you'd ever find peace again. Buddy knew you didn't have to say a word. He'd nudge your hand with his cold nose, as if to say, "I'm here. You're not alone." Do you remember the night you lost someone you loved? The grief that washed over you, leaving you feeling hollow and empty? You tried to hold it together, but the pain was too much. And then, just when you thought you couldn't go on, Buddy was there. He climbed into your lap, his warm body a gentle comfort against your sorrow. His eyes, full of understanding, locked with yours. He stayed with you that night, never leaving your side, as if he knew exactly what you needed, not words, but presence. Or the days when your body ached and you couldn't muster the energy to get out of bed. Buddy didn't care. He'd crawl up beside you, his paws gently resting on your lap, waiting patiently, as if to say, "It's okay. We'll get through this together." He never rushed you. He simply sat there, offering his comfort, his unwavering love. In those moments, you realized Buddy wasn't just your dog. He was your rock, your silent strength. The one who gave you the courage to keep going when you thought you couldn't take another step. He helped you through every hardship, never asking for anything in return. Just love, just your company. And now, as you sit here thinking of him, tears fill your eyes, not just because you miss him, but because you are so deeply, incredibly grateful. Grateful for all the moments he helped you find your way back when life seemed too difficult. Grateful for every paw print he left in your heart, for every lick that wiped away your tears, for every wag of his tail that lifted your spirits when you thought they couldn't be lifted. You gave him your love, and in return, he gave you more than you could ever have imagined. He gave you comfort, he gave you hope, and he gave you the kind of love that never fades no matter what. Now, Buddy is gone, and the emptiness in the house is almost unbearable. The silence that once felt peaceful now feels deafening. Every corner, every room, echoes with the memories of his playful bark, the soft padding of his paws on the floor, the warmth of his body curled beside you during cold nights. It's hard to imagine waking up without him, hard to believe that the house will never be the same. But even as the pain of losing him weighs heavily on your heart, there's a lesson Buddy left behind one that you'll carry with you for the rest of your days. Buddy taught you what it means to love unconditionally. He never judged, never asked for anything more than what you gave him. He showed you that the simplest acts of kindness, a gentle nudge, a wag of the tail, a quiet presence can bring the most profound comfort. He taught you patience. Patience to sit through the tough times, knowing that eventually the sun will rise again. Patience to give and receive love without expectation. To cherish the small moments, because they are what make life worth living. And perhaps the most important lesson Buddy taught you, one that you'll carry with you forever, is that love doesn't end when someone leaves. His love for you hasn't faded, and it never will. It has etched itself into your heart, a permanent mark that time cannot erase. Yes, there's pain. Yes, there's grief. But there's also the deep, comforting knowledge that Buddy is still with you, in the memories, in the love you still feel, in the lessons he taught you. And when the time comes for you to cross that rainbow bridge, Buddy will be there waiting, just as loyal and loving as he ever was. So tonight, as you lie in bed, allow yourself to smile through the tears. Because Buddy's love is eternal, and it will always be with you in every step you take, in every memory you hold, in every moment you cherish. And when you think of him, remember, he wasn't just your dog. He was your teacher, your comfort,